You turn me down and now it's showing. In 2 months you replace us.
Selena's lyrics was so accurate about their relationship.
2 seconds without you's like 2 months, and that's too much. I'm into you. On the things. We keep changing. We keep changing.
Cause you got that James Dean daydream look in your.
People are talking non-stop about Selena Gomez's new song, and the timing couldn't be more dramatic. The moment it dropped, the internet exploded with guesses. Some people think she's hinting at Justin Bieber again, while others argue she's actually describing her own past and the person she used to be. All of this is happening right as Hailey Bieber's 7-part TikTok series is going viral, which means Selena, Justin, and Hailey are trending together. It feels like the entire internet hit the same topic at the same time. The song everyone's focused on is How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten, part of Selena's new album I Said I Love You First, which she made with Blanco. Ever since it came out, fans have been pulling apart every line, trying to figure out what she's really saying. Lyrics like, I sip it in the way he likes, how does it feel to be forgotten, have turned into fuel for endless discussions. You can't even scroll for a few seconds without seeing someone breaking the song down like a puzzle. What makes the situation even more intense is Blanco's connection to Justin. Benny used to be very close to him, so people are questioning why he and Selena would release a song this emotional right now. It adds a layer of tension that keeps fans wondering if the timing was planned or just a wild coincidence. Either way, everyone is reading into it from every angle. Old relationships, industry friendships, past interviews, and even paparazzi moments. The track itself is what's grabbing people the most. From the first line, Selena sets a strong visual. I sip it in the way he likes. Ruby red, locking eyes, lipstick kisses with no ice on the edge. Paradise. The wording feels personal, and almost like she's painting a scene from memory. That's why fans are convinced the lyrics are coming from a real place, not something random or imagined. Then the chorus hits with the repeated question, how does it feel to be forgotten? This one line is the center of the entire debate. For many listeners, it brings back memories of her old relationship that played out so publicly. Some people immediately pointed at Justin, especially after hearing lines like, you walked in big-ass grin, talking like we're friends. Honey, what were you thinking? To them, it sounds like she's describing someone acting friendly after everything that happened between them. It comes off sharp and direct, which is surprising to fans who are used to her being more subtle. People are using clips from the past decade to support their own theories. TikTok is filled with side-by-side videos comparing these lyrics to old award shows, old photos, and awkward run-ins that were caught on camera. Every gesture, outfit, and expression is being tied back to the song. Even the phrasing is being torn apart, as if every word has a hidden meaning linked to a specific moment. Benny's involvement also plays a big role in why people are unable to let the theories go. His long history in the music world and his previous closeness with Justin make the collaboration a topic on its own. Fans wonder why someone who once worked so closely with Justin would help Selena create an album that now seems to stir up the past again. It gives people a reason to speculate even more, and speculation is exactly what the internet loves. There's another side to the conversation, though. Many listeners think Selena isn't trying to call out anyone at all. Instead, they believe she's talking about her own past self, the girl she used to be before healing, therapy, growth, and new chapters. This idea has turned into a major discussion point because it completely changes the meaning of the lyrics. Before getting into that interpretation, let's look at why the call-out theory became so loud in the first place. A lot of fans think this is the boldest Selena has ever been. People on TikTok and Instagram are saying she's finally speaking plainly instead of hiding behind metaphors. They see the song as her letting go of years of silence and finally saying what she truly felt. For these fans, it's a moment they've been waiting for since the early 2010s. Lines such as, he loves me, I love him, look at you, just look at you now, you're so embarrassing, "Go cry when no one's watching," have become a focal point. Many believe these words line up with moments when Justin looked stressed, overwhelmed, or caught in strange situations by paparazzi. They treat the song like a mirror held up to moments people never forgot. In their eyes, Selena is done carrying the weight of her old relationship, and she's choosing to speak with more confidence. There's a strong wave of emotional support behind this view, because people love the idea of Selena reclaiming control. They say this song shows a new kind of strength, like she's finally leaving old pain behind and refusing to soften her point anymore. That energy is part of why the conversation has blown up so quickly. But the second interpretation is just as powerful, and it's attracting a different kind of attention. According to this view, the person Selena is speaking to isn't Justin, Hailey, or anyone from the outside. It's the version of herself she had to let go of. People who support this idea point out that Selena has talked openly about personal growth, mental health struggles, breakups, rebuilding her life, and finding peace again. When you look at the lyrics through that lens, the song becomes more emotional than dramatic. That's where lines like, "I know it must be difficult," "I know that it's not what you thought," take on a new meaning. Instead of sounding like shade towards someone else, they start to feel like words of comfort to herself. Almost like she's talking to a younger version of her who didn't yet know how things would turn out. Fans who relate to this idea say the song feels like a farewell to old pain. Everyone has moments they wish they could rewrite, or younger versions of themselves they wish they could protect. Hearing Selena turn that feeling into a song makes listeners feel understood. People online are leaving comments like, "She's finally healing," and "This feels like a message to her old self," which shows how deeply this interpretation resonates. The collaboration with Blanco takes on a different meaning when viewed through the lens of self-reflection. Instead of looking like a subtle message aimed at Justin or anyone from Selena's past, it can also be seen as a creative partnership that helped her express everything she's been carrying. Benny's production style mixed with Selena's openness creates a mood that feels personal and thoughtful, which makes the talking to her past self theory feel reasonable. Still, not everyone sees it this way, and that disagreement is part of why the conversation keeps going. The same lines spark completely different theories, which makes the song one of the most talked about tracks from the album. And when Blanco's history with Justin Bieber is added into the mix, it gives the whole situation another twist. A big reason fans are paying so much attention is because Benny used to be extremely close with Justin. They worked on hits together and had a friendship outside the studio too. Knowing that, some people find it surprising that Benny is now helping Selena craft a song that many listeners believe contains subtle jabs at Justin. For fans who love reading between the lines, that alone is enough to raise questions. People online describe the situation as complicated. Benny once worked side by side with Justin, and now he's part of a project that seems to touch on feelings from Selena's past with him. Some fans think the situation feels messy, others say it's just how life works when careers shift and people grow apart. Either way, the collaboration adds fuel to every theory because it touches on old friendships and emotional timing. Then there's the detail that caught even more attention. Justin recently unfollowed Benny on social media. Unfollows happen for many reasons, but fans instantly connected this to the song. They started wondering if something happened behind the scenes. With that in mind, Benny's involvement suddenly feels heavier, as if the project carries extra meaning. Social media thrives on these small details, and once people start piecing them together, it turns into a bigger story. Even if the song wasn't written to call anyone out, Benny's past with Justin makes every line feel more charged. Was the connection intentional? Was the timing accidental? No one knows. But fans are dissecting every angle, which keeps the discussion alive. Timing is also playing a major role. Selena's song release came during a period when online conversations were already intense, right as How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten went live. Hailey Bieber's 7-part TikTok series blew up online. Suddenly, all three names, Selena, Justin, and Hailey, were everywhere at once. That overlap made people look even closer at the song and try to match the lyrics to real moments happening in the present. Because of that timing, theories multiplied in every direction. Some insist Selena planned the release to line up with everything, even though album schedules are usually set long before. Others think it was simply an unexpected coincidence that created a wave of speculation. Either way, the release collided with viral content that pushed the conversations even further. Fans are connecting every detail. Hailey's videos brought Justin back into trending topics, and the lyrics from Selena's song suddenly seemed to echo what people were discussing online. A line like, "How does it feel to be forgotten?" hits differently when the conversation is already centered on past relationships, old drama, and shifting public attention. Even if Selena didn't intend it, the timing makes the track feel sharper. This overlapping moment also affects how people interpret the emotions in the song. Some hear strength and directness, while others hear closure and healing. The viral environment intensifies both readings, turning a single track into a cultural moment. The discussion has grown so fast because it includes music, public relationships, old history, and current headlines all at the same time. Amid all the theories, Selena decided to share her own thoughts about the album's meaning. In a recent Spotify conversation, she explained that the songs aren't directed at any one person. She said the album was inspired by various parts of her life: friendships, relationships, changes, and the lessons she's learned along the way. She spoke about losing some people, welcoming new ones, and growing into someone who sees life differently than she did before. Selena emphasized that the album captures real emotions but doesn't point to specific individuals. She said she likes letting listeners decide what the songs mean to them. Once a song is released, it becomes something people connect to in their own way, and she doesn't want to restrict that. For her, that's part of what makes music special. Hearing her say this gives the whole album a different perspective. Instead of being a direct message to someone else, the songs can be heard as reflections on how she's changed and the emotional paths she's taken. It adds depth without feeding into the drama people expect. Still, even Selena's explanation didn't stop fans from seeking hidden meanings. Justin and Hailey's posts added new layers to the situation, whether by intention or coincidence. Justin reposted an old caption from Hailey from 2019, writing, "Still relevant? Boo," and Hailey reshared it. It didn't take long for fans to connect this to the timing of Selena's song and assume it was a response. Justin also shared several posts about forgiveness, highlighting lines such as, "Forgiveness is for everyone. Forgiveness is for the forgotten. Forgiveness is for him." Some people immediately tied these messages to the ongoing public interest in his past with Selena. Others believed he was simply sharing personal thoughts unrelated to the trending topics. Either way, people analyzed every word and added it to the growing collection of theories. So, the big question remains: is Selena addressing someone from her past? Is she expressing her growth and letting go of old pain? Or is her song simply a chapter of self-reflection that fans are interpreting through their own lenses? Different listeners hear different stories, and that's exactly why the conversation continues to spread.